I sometimes wonder how many interesting things I've walked past in my life without noticing them. Things like people, opportunities, places, ideas. And it's not because they weren't worth noticing, but it's more that, I didn't have the curiosity to look for them and to find them. And I've realized that the older I get, I'm starting to notice that curiosity is a very underrated human quality, or quality that a person can have. Anyway, for those of you that are new here, my name is Malcolm Reyners, and in this channel I typically explore topics of human nature whilst I'm in nature. Speaking of which, I am currently doing this short hike called Bailey's Kloof, and it's just above Muizenberg as the ocean. And I've done this hike a few times before, maybe 3 or 4 times, but this is the reason why I'm doing it, is because I'm curious. I've always gone to the same spot here because it's a beautiful outlook, but every time I've always wondered, what's over there? It may end up being nothing, but if we don't explore, if you're not a bit curious, we'll never find out. Let me put this camera down for a sec. Okay, there we go. The other ways I'm trying to be curious in this video, there's 3 ways. That's the one way. The second way is I'm gonna upload this video unedited, so there won't be any cuts in it, and I'm just curious to see what this type of format will do. Typically I like using cuts to make the edit more engaging, to make it funny, to cut out mistakes. I do that a lot. Like I may walk past someone now and they'll be in the video, whereas previously I would just cut them out because mainly I'm embarrassed that I'm filming myself, which is dumb. But so that's another thing you can expect if you see me slip, if you see me be a little racist. No, I'm kidding, that's not gonna happen. I'm never racist on a Saturday. I'm joking. Look, I must be careful what I say, because this whole thing is being uploaded and then it's on the internet forever, bro. I'm not racist. Okay, and then thirdly, the other way I'm being curious is in this format of it being, I'm not making any cuts in this video. I'm curious how I will handle the limitation of not being able to fix something when I'm editing it. And one, I do want to become a better speaker, and so I'm curious to see how I will improvise, how I will try and still thread a story together without the comfort of an editing room. So that's the other way I'm curious. So sticking a few curiosity boxes. But anyway, I'm gonna just explore. I might quickly show you the viewpoint that we usually get of Muizenberg. It's beautiful, and then I'll head and just explore a little bit, because I don't want this video to be too long. I'll explore a little bit on the other side, and then make some coffee and call it a day. Yo, this camera's heavy, bro, so excuse the shaking. It's probably not something that's gonna work long term, because imagine doing a longer hike, bro, and my arms are just failing. I should probably just go to the gym and get ripped so I can handle a camera for a longer period of time. But I can understand that, gets a bit shaky and that might be annoying. Anyway, I'll just quickly say, there's been a lot of times in my life when I've passed by opportunities to be curious that I regret, and times when I've been curious and it's paid off in a massive way. Probably one of the biggest ways that my curiosity has paid off was I got a call once from someone from an organization I think I'm gonna keep names out of it because I haven't asked these people if I can mention them. And whoa, hello sun. And it was an opportunity to do a short documentary about the fishes in Cork Bay, right? And because it was an NGO sort of funding it, was pretty low budget, and I knew that I would work 3 times as hard on that documentary than I guess what I was being paid for. But I took the opportunity, and without going into detail, let me set the camera down for a sec. Without going into detail, that opportunity, or that bit of curiosity, it opened up so many doors for me. I ended up making that documentary. It did really well. I then got to make another with the same director who's now who's been a partner, directing partner, filmmaker partner for a long time, and we've made some cool stuff together, and we're actually working on our first sort of independent documentary now, which is awesome. But also through that work with that organization, I got to meet someone who then, I interviewed someone who then recommended me to be a part of this other sort of organization. And long story short, I got to do this, I got a call one day and got to do this free diving course, advanced free diving course for free. And me saying yes to that and even being curious as to how that would go, because I was terrified of the ocean at that stage. But even doing that free diving course and then the subsequent people that I met and opportunities that I got, just mind-blowing, like the places around the world, or I should say in Africa, and that I got to see just because of saying yes. And it all comes back to that initial opportunity to be curious. I was not in a great place with my career at the time. I was making the type of content that I didn't feel connected to. Oh, sorry, touched the mic there. I didn't feel connected to. I didn't feel like there was no purpose. It wasn't fulfilling. And I felt like, maybe documentaries I'll feel a bit more fulfilled in making documentaries. And I was. And I don't know what I would have done if my curiosity didn't kick in and fear got the better of me, and I said no to that opportunity to make that documentary way below, I guess, what I should have earned for it or whatever. But yeah, it's incredible what being curious can do. Anyway, I'll maybe share another story, but this is the view. Whoopa. That is the view of Muizenberg. Just dial down the exposure a little bit. Yeah, this is the usual spot that I come to. If you've seen all of my videos, you'll know I've done a couple of hikes here. But it's this spot in Kloof corner in town, super chilled hike, amazing views, and just like I've never explored back here. Like I'm probably not gonna find treasure or something, bro, but you know, I just want to know what's up there. I just don't want to stick to the norm. Usually I would come like right here and make coffee right here and chill and hang out with friends or pray and meditate, depending on if I'm alone or not. Yeah, anyway, so let's head over yonder and see what's there. Okay. Yeah, unedited, raw. Yo, this is about to be hella embarrassing, bro. But yo, I for real don't want to make this video too long. What in the... Oh my gosh. Sorry. That is just disturbing on another level, bro. My errands are out here telling me where I should be with my life, what I should be doing. I don't know if I can walk back here. Anyway. And yeah, so out of those things that I mentioned, like where we sometimes choose not to be curious, like people, opportunities, what did I say, places and ideas. I think the two that I regret the most not being more curious is definitely one, people, because I'm just like so shy, bro. It's funny, people always think I'm arrogant when they meet me for the first time. I'm actually just shy, dude. Like I have a resting upset person face and also I'm like an introvert, so I just tend to not ask people or talk to people easily, and so I feel like I've probably missed out on opportunities to meet loads of people, hear loads of cool stories, which in those talking to those people may have led to like some really cool opportunities. And yeah, so that's the one thing. I'm straight up like holding my arm here because this camera's getting heavy. And then the other one is ideas. Bro, my idea graveyard is so massive, bro. Like, I'm not gonna start to say, oh, I thought of that before it came out. I'm not gonna be that guy, don't worry. But I just sometimes wonder, like, how many ideas for films, how many ideas for, do you know what? Oh, I can actually see a beacon up there. I'll make a video about that on another day. But yo, I don't want this video to get too long, so I'm just gonna wander over here somewhere, make coffee. People will know like the amount of times that I had my ideas for films, ideas for businesses, ideas for products. Close friends of mine will know, and times that I didn't act on them. I'm not gonna stand here and say I would have been rich now, I would have had this or that, or life would have been, you know, sweeter. Like, who knows? But man, I just wonder, you know. Anyway, so I think now, yeah, the issue with this filming and continuing to film is that videos just gonna get too long. My arm can't handle it, bro. But damn, I wish I can go to that beacon. Maybe next time I should use like a little lightweight camera. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head up to this rock here. Looks like a nice vantage point, and we'll call it a day there. And even now, look, like, my curiosity didn't last very long here, but it's because of the limitations of this camera getting heavy, and time. I don't want to make this video too long, but the curiosity hasn't made me discover something amazing, but I have gathered data from it. Like, I now know, bro, you want to be super curious while hiking, you're gonna need a lighter camera, bro, or you're gonna need bigger muscles, or you're gonna need someone to, some reason, want to follow you and film you. So, that is right. That's where we came from. That's a little outlook there. And yeah, we are definitely coming back for you for this peak over here. But okay, let's find some good lighting here and then make some coffee. All right. See, all of this I would have cut out, bro. I've cut all this out the video. Okay, how's that looking? How's that looking? Yeah, you can kind of see a little bit of the view there. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Let's just get this thing leveled out, otherwise Oh, sorry, that's the mic. See, all this is new to me. I'm gonna do the thing that all the kids are doing. Please bear with me on all the scratchy sounds. I'm just gonna put that up there for now. Y'all can still hear me, right? Here we go. Okay. Whew. These little things that you've maybe seen me use on these coffee sachets that you've seen me use on previous videos. They're so awesome for hiking. I wish they were around a lot longer. A long time ago. But it's just the absolute best. Today I got one from Cedar. Cedar is a company owned by a good mate of mine. Again, I don't know. I'm sure most of these people won't mind me mentioning names, but for this one I won't. But they make amazing specialty coffee, located in Woodstock, and yeah, go check them out. Some really cool humans that work there. I think I got the idea for doing this thing non-stop. Probably my last video I was kind of just talking. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments if you watched that video. Let me know how you found it. But I was just curious, like, there's no right way to do things, especially with YouTube. As long as like you are paying attention to storytelling and good audio. Good audio is so important. But as long as you're paying attention to storytelling and you are providing some kind of value, then anything's possible. So these are the little sachet thingies. Let me just get the focus right here. Yeah, and then you just pour the coffee in. They're called drip sachets, and they kind of like hook over the cup like this, like so. Yeah, you just hook over the cup like that. It's pretty cool. And then if it was a longer hike, I would boil the water. I would bring like a little gas burner. If it's safe to do so, please people, don't be starting no mountain fires. We have enough of that. And then I would actually boil the water in real time. But with these flasks, it's still pretty hot by the time I do my first pour. I think you do 4 pours. 4 pours. But yeah, so I think, the challenge, if I may challenge you, the challenge is to find ways in life to be more curious. I think curiosity, it helps us overcome fears. It makes conversations more interesting. It helps us to get unstuck. Yeah, and it can mean something different for you. I know today I'm talking about like cameras and videos and hiking, but there's a way for all of us to be curious in all of our lives. And yeah, man, I would say the best one out of those opportunities, people, places, ideas, the best one to be curious about is people, because I think being curious about the person in front of you can lead to discovering more places and getting more opportunities and having ideas. I've gotten some really cool business ideas for products, ideas for videos, whatever, just from talking to people. And so it is a regret of mine. Like I wish I had spoken to more people in my life, and I am trying to get better at it. But I think we are made for connection, and so naturally, I think being more curious with people is definitely the best of those. And there was something I wanted to say. I'm trying. I think that something that irks me a lot, and I'm not saying I'm immune to this, but is when... Is the mic loud enough? I hope it's loud enough. Let's get it close to the face, but then you can't see my face. Is when I see people having a conversation, and one person is telling a really interesting story, or they're being vulnerable, or they, you know, speaking about an interesting part of their lives or whatever, and then the other person just jumps in and starts talking about themselves. And sure, any relationship is about that back and forth, but sometimes we just gotta hold off and, you know, let someone talk. And I do this too from time to time, and I do want to be better at it. But I just think sometimes we gotta be curious and grow our curiosity muscle more than the muscle that makes us wanna, you know, speak and share. And in that moment, you know, I think being curious is just as important as being vulnerable and ourselves and talking about ourselves. And so anyway, I think I'm gonna stop it at. I need one more pour, and then I'm gonna enjoy this cuppa. I was quite inspired by a YouTuber named Joel Roach. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do content where it's like unedited, but he does like just share his life. Don't worry, I'm putting this down, but I am gonna take it home. Oh, cheers, bro. Yeah. Costa Rica. I really like that. Single origin. Anyway, and I was just inspired by him because he makes really engaging content. He's a very, like, you know, charismatic. Let me hold this actually for this last bit. He's a very charismatic, you know, good-looking dude, and so you know, he works on camera, and it's easy for him to. He's naturally engaging in that sense, you know. But I was inspired by how he's able to just sort of craft a story by just talking and doing it in real time. And I think he even shared that, you know, it's been a journey for him to get better at that, despite his advantages of all the things that I mentioned. Anyway, so yeah, I'm trying to be more curious. This has been a cool experiment. How long is this video now? 22 minutes. Yo, I am sorry. I'm not sorry, but I'm like, you know. But if you've made it to the end of this 22 minutes, I do appreciate you. And yeah, again, just be curious, man. Remember those things. Let's make a little acronym out of that. Pipo or Oppi. No. Oh, pi or popy. No, that's not a good word. Let's go Pipo. People, ideas, places, and opportunities. Let's get some more exposure. Those things will expose you to hopefully a greater, more interesting life. Yeah, but guys, really, thanks for watching. I think I'm gonna end the video here. Just have a little moment to myself, a little meditate, a young prayer, and then I'm gonna head back down because I'm hitting the road a bit later and I got some errands to run. But thanks again for watching. Thanks for sticking it through to the end. If you've watched the entire 25 minutes, I really appreciate you. And remember that you have one life, so live today, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ooh, this is without the edits, bro. It's not smooth. And then he got up and he walked away. I'm gonna leave the mic here so that yeah. Bye. And then he fell to his death. Yo, imagine the person that found this camera. If I fall, just upload it, bro. Just upload it, but cut just before I. Anyway.